Secrets don't stay buried for long in the world of high society, and in the Gilded Age, even the strongest marriages can crack under the weight of money, power, and pride. As Season 3 builds toward its peak, Episode 4 promises something even more scandalous than a social snub. It's the beginning of divorce season, and no one is safe. Asterisk in Episode 3, the tension in New York's elite circles was thick enough to cut with a knife. Behind the shining gowns and grand homes, relationships are starting to fall apart, and no one's life feels stable anymore. At the center of the storm is Marian Brooke. Still refusing to play by old rules, Marian's independent choices have once again shocked the Van Ryn household. Her refusal to follow the path laid out for her by Aunt Agnes continues to stir whispers in every drawing room. Even though Marian tries to keep her heart and mind clear, her growing connection with Mr. Dashiell Montgomery complicates everything. Is it love, or just another game in the social maze? While Marian deals with her personal crossroads, Bertha Russell remains a force of nature. In Episode 3, Bertha was still smarting from being denied an opera box by the Academy of Music. But, knowing Bertha, she doesn't back down, she builds her own kingdom. That's exactly what she begins to do as she moves forward with plans to support the Metropolitan Opera, directly challenging the very system that excluded her. Her husband, George Russell, supports her, but the pressure on him is rising too. With workers threatening strikes and his business interests under threat, George is feeling the weight of every decision, and it's not just the Russells who are feeling the cracks. Aurora Fane and her husband seem fine in public, but in private, there's a distance that no one wants to name. Is it simply time wearing down their bond, or is something more damaging going on behind closed doors? In the Gilded Age, image is everything, but love and loyalty are quickly losing value. Meanwhile, Peggy Scott continues to shine as a woman ahead of her time. Her work as a writer brings both pride and danger. She continues to write for T. Thomas Fortune and stands firm on justice. But her role in society, both as a black woman and a journalist, puts her under a different kind of scrutiny. Every word she prints feels like a quiet rebellion, and her voice is becoming harder for the upper class to ignore. Her presence reminds viewers that not all the drama is about wealth, some of it is about real change. As we head toward Episode 4, these storylines feel ready to explode. Marriages are showing cracks, power plays are in motion, and even the richest families are learning that love is not something you can buy or fake. The trailer hints that someone will walk away from their marriage, and it won't be pretty. This isn't just about heartbreak. It's about reputation, inheritance, and survival in a world where being alone can destroy you or set you free. Asterisk when the curtains are closed and the guests have gone, that's when the truth begins to surface. In Episode 4, The Gilded Age, finally dares to whisper aloud what high society fears most: divorce. Behind the smiles and perfectly arranged breakfasts, something is broken. The trailer hints at what no one wants to say. One of New York's most respected couples may be on the edge of ending it all. The signs have been growing, but now they can't be ignored. Whispers of legal meetings, cold silences across the dining table, and servants catching glimpses of arguments behind closed doors. All of it points to something major. Fans suspect it's not just one couple. This might be the start of a much bigger collapse, as loyalty becomes a burden and love turns into a business arrangement. But who will take the first step? And more importantly, who will survive it? Let's look at the most likely suspects. George and Bertha Russell have always been seen as a power couple. But in Season 3, there's a new kind of tension between them. Bertha's obsession with climbing the social ladder and building her own empire might finally be putting their marriage at risk. George is feeling pulled in every direction: his business, his honor, his wife's ambitions. And the trailer shows a quick but powerful moment. George walking alone down the hall, eyes heavy, face unreadable. Is he just tired, or is he walking away? Then there's Aurora Fane and her husband. We've seen their distance grow since Season 2, but now it's turning icy. In Episode 3, he skipped her social events. In the trailer for Episode 4, Aurora is seen clutching a letter with trembling hands, eyes wide, shocked. Divorce papers, perhaps? or a final confession that changes everything. But divorce in the Gilded Age isn't just about love. It's about reputation, property, future. A scandal like this could destroy an entire family's place in society. That's why most people suffer in silence. But this season, someone is breaking that silence and doing it in public. The trailer teases a heated confrontation on the steps of a grand estate. Voices raised. A man storms away while a woman stands still, shaking but unbroken. The moment is quick but powerful. It's not just drama, it's war. And what's more interesting, the single act of rebellion might cause a ripple effect. If one woman dares to walk away, others might follow. Divorce in this world is like an earthquake. Once it starts, nothing stays standing. Is this just one broken marriage? Or the start of a quiet revolution? Episode 4 looks ready to explore this bold new territory, and fans are already divided. Some believe Bertha is too smart to risk everything. Others believe she's exactly the type to do it if it gets her. More power. The real question isn't who's walking away, but who's walking into something far more dangerous. The trailer for episode 4 doesn't shout. It whispers just loud enough to make you lean in and question everything. From the very first frame, it feels different. The colors are colder, the rooms feel emptier, and the music is darker. Something is unraveling. And even before a word is spoken, a storm is coming. This isn't just another episode, it's a turning point. The first shot is a dimly lit hallway in a grand mansion. Footsteps echo. We see the back of a woman, alone, walking slowly. Her posture is stiff, proud, but afraid. Then a hard cut to a man sitting in a library, staring down at a sealed envelope in his hands. His face is unreadable, but the weight of that paper is crushing him. Fans have already begun to speculate this could be the official beginning of a divorce filing. Or worse, a secret revealed that ends everything. Then the trailer jumps. We see Bertha Russell standing in front of a mirror, slowly removing her necklace. But it's not vanity. Her eyes are empty, her mind somewhere else. Her reflection stares back as if asking, was it all worth it? And in just one flash of a scene, the cracks in her perfect world are visible. Another moment catches everyone. Off guard, Marian stands on a balcony, her hand clenched around a letter. Her face is calm, but her voice in voiceover delivers a line that chills to the bone. Sometimes, to survive, we must become something else entirely. Is she referring to love, independence, or something even more dangerous? The trailer doesn't say, but it dares you to wonder. One of the most talked about moments happens in a drawing room full of guests. Champagne glasses clink, laughter rings out, and then silence. A woman stands up and throws her drink at a man. Gasps fill the room. The trailer offers no context, no names, but fans are already decoding the fabrics, matching the hairstyles, and guessing which couple just exploded in front of everyone. It's messy, it's public, and it's about more than love, it's about humiliation. And then comes the flash montage. A courtroom door swinging open, a mother holding her child tighter. A man being pulled back by a servant as he tries to storm out. Two women standing in a shadowed hallway, one crying, the other refusing to look away. These images don't tell a full story, but they tell enough. Episode 4 is about choices and consequences. About people who were once untouchable, now breaking apart in front of the world. Even the music in the trailer changes. The elegant piano fades into something sharp and unnerving. Every note feels like a warning. Something big is coming, and there's no stopping it. What makes this trailer truly unique is that it doesn't show us who's guilty, who's walking away, or who's going to be destroyed. It simply shows us that something sacred is falling apart, and it dares us to watch as the pieces hit the floor. Fans aren't just watching the Gilded Age, they're decoding it like it's a secret map of betrayal, ambition, and forbidden love. And after that haunting episode 4 trailer, the internet lit up with one bold message. This isn't just divorce season, it's a revolution in pearls and gloves. As the show steps deeper into emotional chaos, fan theories are exploding. And, some of them? They're so good, they just might be true. Let's start with the biggest theory burning up forums. Bertha Russell is the one filing for divorce. Yes, Bertha, the woman who clawed her way into society and refuses to be denied anything. Why would she walk away from George, the man who gave her everything? According to fans, it's because she's ready to become something more something. Untethered. The trailer shows her distant, alone, staring into the mirror. Some viewers believe Bertha's no longer satisfied being a power couple. She wants to be a power all her own. A woman like her doesn't beg for a seat at the table. She builds her own empire, and maybe that starts with leaving her marriage. Behind another wild theory. Marian is falling for a married man. It sounds scandalous, but fans caught a clue one frame in the trailer shows. Marian standing in a private garden with a man who's definitely not Dashiell. Could she be caught in the same web of secrets she once judged others for? And if this man is married, her actions could trigger not just heartbreak, but the collapse of another household. Could Marian, the modern woman, become the spark for someone else's divorce? But then there's Peggy Scott, whose quiet strength continues to shake the ground beneath New York society. Some fans believe Peggy isn't just telling stories in the paper, she's becoming one. There's a theory that her writing will expose the private cracks in powerful marriages, forcing some couples to confront truths they've kept hidden. Imagine a headline that outs a cheating husband or an abusive relationship written by Peggy, shaking the very pillars of the old money world. Is she the quiet revolutionary no one saw coming? Other viewers are convinced that Aurora Fane's marriage is a smokescreen, that she's been hiding her true self and living a lie for appearances. If her husband's sudden coldness turns into cruelty, episode 4 could show her making the most dangerous decision a woman in her position can make, choosing freedom over reputation. One theory even suggests she's being blackmailed to stay silent. But now, with divorce whispers circling like vultures, she might fight back. And here's a darker prediction. Someone's divorce will lead to ruin. In this world, walking away from a marriage isn't just personal, it's political. Money, land, children, and reputation are tied to the union. Fans believe one of the characters, possibly a secondary one, will lose everything after a public split. Maybe a woman gets cut off from family money, or a man is revealed to be living a double life. The divorce won't just hurt feelings, it will end legacies. But what if all these breakups are part of a bigger message? The Gilded Age has always been about change, the slow, painful kind that shakes tradition to its core. Maybe episode 4 is more than just about failed marriages. Maybe it's about women taking control, about people stepping out of the roles society forced them into. Divorce in this world is rebellion. So, who will rise from the ashes, and who will be left behind clutching pearls and broken promises? Fans are watching closely, guessing boldly, and bracing for the fallout. Because in this season, love is no longer a fairy tale, it's a battlefield.